Hey, alright, what's up, people? I got a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover about this Goonies movie, man. Yo, this was like, I grew up on this movie, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I couldn't believe, recently I went back and tried to watch it again, man. I just couldn't believe what the fuck I was seeing, B. This was one of my favorite movies as a kid, you know what I'm saying? So, like now, after watching this shit again, like I couldn't even go back through the whole movie to break this shit down fully, you know what I'm saying, to be able to give this information to you. I had to do a lot of this shit off of memory, you know what I'm saying? I watched the beginning of the movie to kind of break some shit down, but I did a lot of shit off of memory. Hold on. Alright, man, so here it is, man. The breakdown of the movie Goonies, man. Alright, so it was made by Steven Spielberg and Richard Downer. You two motherfuckers are some motherfucking pedophile, creepy ass, you know what I'm saying? Sick motherfuckers, man. Yeah, if y'all made this movie, Steven Spielberg, if you made this shit, you're a pedophile. You're in a pedophile ring. We all know now. It's not a secret anymore. Steven Spielberg is a fucking pedophile, B. And I'm gonna show you this shit right now. Alright, so the agenda of this movie, right, was to promote pedophilia and promiscuity amongst minors. And basically what they were trying to achieve is have you accept pedophilia. They want acceptance of pedophilia, and they want you to accept promiscuity. But I saw an orb going through the fucking video. All right. But they want you to accept promiscuity amongst minors. You know what I'm saying? That's the agenda of this movie. All right. I'm gonna break this shit down now. So how I got this shit, I was in Best Buy. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I run across these old movies. You know what I mean? And I'll cop them, like, you know what I'm saying? Just to be able to do this shit, to be able to go back into code. Because how it is look, right? You've been being programmed for 20, 30 years of your life until you finally wake up, until you finally have that realization that everything you've been taught in school is bullshit, and you know what I'm saying? You're living in this false reality in the matrix. You're gonna realize that you've been being taught a lot of bullshit over the years, man. Not from school, movies, entertainment, music, or whatever. So recently, me and my friend, we've been going back and like decoding some of the movies that we grew up on to try to like deprogram our subconscious mind. Because right now I'm on some full programming my subconscious mind shit. You know what I'm saying? To manifest, my desired reality. So I'm also trying to deprogram all the bullshit that I've learned over the years. You know what I'm saying? This shit is like deep embedded in your subconscious mind, son. You know what I'm saying? This type of shit right here, right? So that's the importance of going back, and looking at these movies that we kind of grew up on and shit. You know what I'm saying? So this is the cover right here. I saw it in Best Buy. I'm like, oh shit, this used to be my shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me cop this shit and zone out to it and see what the fuck these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? See what was going on. I didn't even know that. I had no fucking, inkling that I was gonna see all this pedophilia shit and all that. I'm thinking that this is gonna be some Christmas classic type of movie, and me and the kids is gonna, lounge out and watch this shit. Thank God I watched this shit before I let my kids, I didn't even let my kids watch it, but thank God I watched it on my own before my kids even got home. So by the time they got home and shit, I was like, oh, hell no, y'all can't fucking watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, alright, yo, bam, yo. Alright, so right on the cover, you know what I'm saying? You see these niggas, they're in a cave, alright? They're in a cave, you see the waterfall coming down, alright? You see this skull without the fucking jaw. Skull, no jaw, right here. Skull, no jaw. Let me tell you what the skull symbolizes. I wrote some of this shit down, alright? You could go look all this shit up yourself. The skull without a jaw. For one to speak, he needs a jaw. The skull, represented without lower jawbone, are connected with silence and absence of a spoken word. During the Victorian era, prostitutes would wear rings depicting such skulls, which stood for their discretion, something which was vital for their customers. All right? So, you know, in the Victorian age, prostitutes would wear, you know, skulls without a jawbone to kind of let their customers know that they were discreet. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody was going to find out about what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? It was going to be kept on the low. So right here, they're showing you that there's no jawbone here. No jawbone here. There's another skull back here. No jawbone. 3 of them. That this shit is going to be kept on the low. This shit is going to be kept silent. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to be talking about this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? This shit is silent, B. You know what I mean? Boom. So that's one thing. What else we got on there? Okay, now there's another thing about the cover here. You know what I'm saying? We see this, the jewels and shit, the treasure that they were looking for in the movie. Let me break this down. Right? In Gnostic doctrine, treasure stood for specific attainment sought on the path to knowledge. Okay? So this is the symbolic representation of treasure, all right? The symbolic representation of treasure. Guardians block access to these inner treasures and can be commanded only by those who possess secret passwords and geometrical symbols, okay? So guardians block access to these inner treasures and can be commanded only by those who possess secret passwords and geometrical symbols, okay? So next to the treasure right here is one of the people in the movie that was guarding the treasure. She's got a gun right there, and she's kind of guarding the treasure and shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? All right? So that's one key. All right? Then you have the waterfall. The waterfall, okay? Hold on, let me give y'all the waterfall. Okay, the waterfall has a few symbols. The most prevalent symbol is spiritual cleansing. Spiritual cleansing, you know, sacred cleansing. But it's also a symbol of severe disappointment. How severe disappointment can make you wiser. All right? Right, often relates to a great release of emotion, rejuvenation, and renewal of spirit. All right? So, you know, basically what they're trying to show you is, you know, pedophilia can give you a rejuvenation and renewal of spirit because you're dealing with a young, you know, kid or whatever. So you kind of take on this young kid's energy or whatever, and it's pedophilia shit. You know what I'm saying? Right? So all on the cover, they're telling you this shit. Right on the fucking cover. We didn't even get to the movie yet. My fault. We didn't even get to the movie yet, son. They telling you this shit on the fucking cover. Oh my God. So right? Right? They got the lady blocking. They got the lady blocking. I mean, she's protecting or whatever the treasure. You know what I'm saying? She's a guardian of the treasure. The treasure is fucking One Eye Willie. These niggas going to search for One Eye Willie. One Eye Willie holds the fucking treasure. So the treasure is oh, I just got a text here. The treasure is this pedophilia shit. You know what I mean? These kids, their innocence. That's the treasure, right? Now, this fucking girl, right? The girl is illuminated. You see how he's holding the lamp behind her head? She's illuminated. Peep this motherfucking girl throughout the movie. Watch what she do throughout the fucking movie, yo. Because she's the agent in having you accept that promiscuity amongst minors is okay or whatever. She's the agent, and I'm going to break this whole shit down. Watch. I'm going to show you how they did this to this generation to affect our generation. This is just one example with this movie right here. So, okay, already you got the fucking waterfall. All right, so showing how severe disappointment can turn to make you wiser. You know what I'm saying? All right, the fucking closed drawer, the half a drawer, the skulls were half a drawer. 1, 2. These niggas is in the drawer of this skull. They're in a cave. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So all these are esoteric symbols. This is all symbolic of what the fuck is going on in this movie. All right? You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You all right? Now, I'm not gonna fucking spend that much time on this shit because, like I said, I wanted to go back through the movie and like break down like each part and all of this shit, like, but I didn't even want to watch this shit again or whatever. So I did a lot of this shit off of memory. All right. So the movie starts off with this crime family or whatever. The mother and her son break the one of her other sons out of jail. All right. This first scene symbolizes how these motherfuckers is doing these rituals in Hollywood and they're above the law and maybe even spiritually protected, all right, from getting caught by the police. The son breaks out of jail, right, by acting like he hung himself. You know what I'm saying? He runs out to the car. They got the getaway car and shit waiting for him. They pour gas all around the jail or whatever. They pour gas all around the jail. The other son shoots the ground. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole fire goes around the jail. So the cops running out the jail or whatever can't get to the crime family that's running away. You know what I'm saying? So this is like a symbol. This is a symbol right here of how these niggas is above the law. You know what I'm saying? You know, the police is not, you know, don't have an idea about what's going on, and these niggas might even be spiritually protected from the police. You know what I'm saying? That first scene right there, all right? So, you know Corey Feldman is in this shit. Corey Feldman ended up coming out later about being molested and all this shit in Hollywood and how these sex rings and all that is in Hollywood and there's these creepy motherfuckers. This is when the shit was actually going down. This is when Corey Feldman was dealing with all that shit. You could tell this is when the shit was happening. And these are the motherfuckers that he probably was around that was doing this shit to him. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so yeah, that's how the movie starts off. Then after that, you get about 5 minutes of this cum shot shit. You know what I'm saying? So how this is, right? How they do this shit in this movie. Like, they'll take other things and make them symbolize sexual things. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of terminology for it. I don't fucking know the terminology. I don't feel like going through all that shit right now. Right? But there's a certain terminology for it. Right? There's these, okay, so for example, right? Corey Feldman, there's a plumber, I don't know sure if it's a plumber or his father was under the sink. Right? Oh, hold on. So the police chase, the car from the police chase is going around, you know, they're chasing the crime family. The police is chasing the crime family and they're like going all through the town and shit, you know what I'm saying? Going all through the town. And while that's happening, all this cum shot sex shit is like going on while they're showing the chase, right? So the car goes by Corey's house and shit, you know what I'm saying? So the plumber is under the sink or whatever, and he does something with the water, and the water splashes up in Corey Feldman's face. You know what I'm saying? So this is like symbolic of ejaculation on the face or whatever, right? So what's crazy is that Corey Feldman, he didn't even fucking move his face out the water. If your face gets hit with water, you're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna jump back. This nigga keeps his face in the water. He's just sitting there with his face in the fucking water. Then they're doing a review of the movie, and the girl is like, yo, how come you kept your face in the water? These motherfuckers didn't even know what the fuck was going on. The actors didn't even know what was going on in the movie. They didn't know that it was all this, about all this sexual promiscuity shit. I don't think they knew until like way later on down the road, right? Right, so there's that. The fat boy is like drinking a milkshake and shit. He's drinking a milkshake, and then the fucking, you know, the milkshake splatters all over his face and shit, you know what I'm saying? The girl, the teenage girl, I think she like falls in some water or some shit like that and like dips her head out the water. All these shits are relating to sexual fetishes and whatnot. The big brother is lifting weights the big brother, you know, y'all know the cat. He got on a red bandana or something like that. He was the oldest out of all of them. He's lifting weights in the crib. You know what I'm saying? And then the little brother just jumps right on top of him, like straddling him. You know what I'm saying? And they're talking, and you know, so they use these things. It's not really sexual. If you look at it, it doesn't look sexual, but subconsciously and symbolically it's sexual. Like for instance, right? They had a little statue. The moms had a statue, which was a Greek statue, and the Greeks were into pedophilia heavy. You know what I'm saying? Of you know, naked man and shit with his little pee or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they playing with the statue and shit, and the penis breaks off. You know what I'm saying? So the nigga picks up the little penis and shit, and they're playing with it, and then, you know, it's like a joke, but these niggas is fucking, you know, playing with a fucking dick in their hand. They're paying homage to the ancient Greeks or whatever, who pedophilia was big in their culture. They're paying homage to them right there. And these little niggas is playing with a little dick in their hand or whatever. They try to glue it back onto the statue. They glue it on upside down. And now the statue has a fucking heart on. Now it's a little dick statue with a fucking heart on, B. And this shit is throughout the whole fucking movie. All this regular shit that they're turning into sexual shit is throughout the whole movie. The whole fucking movie. Right? So now it's a group of kids and shit. They all get together or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They all in the crib chilling or whatever. They must got the day off from school. And they go into his grandfather's attic or whatever, and they start looking around, and they find a map, and they find all this old pirate shit or whatever. And then the oldest brother, he's looking through the book. He's looking through a book, and then one of the pages is pink. And you see the skull and this crossbow. I had to like pause it in the movie. Like if you're just watching a movie, he flips over the page real fast, so you wouldn't be able to see it. But if you pause it, you see it's a pink page, and it has a skull and crossbones and all these Masonic hand gestures and whatnot. So you see right there that they're doing Masonic ritual or some type of ritual. You know what I'm saying? When they're showing you this skull and crossbones, you know what I'm saying? And these Masonic hand gestures and poses and shit like that on this one page. Then after he turns that page, the book goes back into whatever it was inside of it. But then there was this one odd pink page or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, it just lets you know that they were doing some type of Masonic ritual or ritual that has to deal with that skull and bones. Secret society, rather. Secret society ritual. You know what I'm saying? That they were pulling off within this movie. All right, and then there's a study on this by Freud, Sigmund Freud, right? And this is a little bit, I just looked up a little bit of shit. This is a little bit about the Sigmund Freud. This is where they get the science of this shit. In dreams especially, Freud talks about how certain things symbolize sexual fetishes. He says that the number 3 is a symbolic substitute for the entire male genitalia. The penis can be represented by long upright objects such as sticks, umbrellas, poles, etc. Objects substituted for male genitalia are objects which water flows, such as faucets and fountains, and objects that can be elongated, such as telescopes and collapsible pencils. So all this type of shit is throughout the whole fucking movie. This little sexual substitution shit. All right. So yeah. So they find this map or whatever that leads them to this fucking treasure, right? So they find a map that leads them to the treasure. Now, the one who holds the treasure is One-Eye Willie. Is One-Eye Willie's treasure. Who the fuck is One-Eye Willie, son? Who the fuck is One-Eye Willie? Right? In street terms and kids terms, who the fuck is One-Eye Willie, B? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. One-Eye Willie is a fucking penis, B. These niggas is looking for One-Eye Willie the whole fucking movie. Come on, son. So, yeah, man. Like, that shit is it. That's it right there. That's it right there. I can turn this video. These niggas is doing some mad little pedophilia, promiscuity shit. And then they're going to this cave looking for fucking One-Eyed Willie's treasure. One-Eyed Willie's treasure is a dick coming in your face. That's One-Eyed Willie's treasure? So, yeah, that's what these niggas is trying to put in your subconscious mind. I'm gonna get to that, right? So, word. So, they go into this restaurant or whatever. The map points them to this restaurant on like a fucking mountain on the beach or whatever. All right? When they go in the map. You know what I'm saying? And they go to the restaurant. The restaurant is a cover for the Crimes Family illegal operation. Like, these niggas is giving you everything in the fucking movie. The restaurant is a cover for the Crimes Family illegal operations and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, they go to the bottom of the restaurant. They get inside the restaurant. Somehow they niggas go into, like, they try to hide or some shit, and they find like, this cave system. There's this whole cave system under the restaurant, which leads to One-Eyed Willie's treasure. All right? So, now the cave. Let me just give you a little symbology of the cave. The cave is a symbolic representation of where the self and the ego unite. The womb and the maternal unconsciousness. In dream work, the cave also may symbolize a loss of instinctual reactions or knowledge. Okay, so in dream work, this is like decoding dreams when I say dream work, right? And if depending on how enlightened you are, you realize that we're living in a dream, right? You know, then you can start to interpret shit different. You know, this is an illusion. We're living in a dream. That's a whole nother video, all right? The cave may also symbolize a loss of instinctual reactions or knowledge. So the way they wanted to use the cave to affect your mind subconsciously is by you having a loss of instinctual reactions to this shit. That was the plot for the whole fucking movie. For you to have a loss of instinctual reactions. Now this movie was seen by a whole fucking generation. Alright, hold on. Let's get back to this shit here, right? Alright, yeah. So once they go in the fucking cave system is when all the fucking freaky little shit starts happening or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The main nigga Rudy was sucking dick through the whole fucking movie. He had an asthma inhaler. That was sexual innuendo for a little dick in his mouth or whatever. You remember at the end of the movie, he doesn't even need the fucking inhaler no more. He just throws it away. You know what I'm saying? That's some bullshit. Alright, so yeah, all the fucking freaky shit. I'm done with the notes and shit. All the little freaky shit starts happening. Now this girl, watch how when they get into the fucking cave, she's trying to freak off with everybody in the group. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to freak off with everybody in the fucking group. You know what I'm saying? And make you think this shit is okay. Also, the monster nigga, the nigga that was like, hey, you guys, the monster motherfucker, he represented molestation or whatever, and actually something that you fucking mad scared of, right? And notice how he fucking kissed the little boy. When they got together, when he first met him, he gave him the Snickers bar, he fucking picked him up and he kissed him. You know what I'm saying? Damn, hold on. Oh, yeah, I was talking about the monster with the fear and whatnot, right? So, yeah, he symbolized molestation, or, you know, the monster, you know what I'm saying? So, what they try to do is have you become less fearful of, or not, you know, have a natural reaction to somebody trying to molest you or something like that, and actually make you less fear the monster or whatever. I think that was his role in the movie. You know what I'm saying? You know, he actually befriended this guy, and you know, they weren't so afraid of him towards the end of the movie. And that, you know, that's just this whole molestation thing, the idea of, you know, of molestation, promiscuity amongst children, and not to be afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? And to accept it. All right. So, yeah, I think they end up finding the treasure and all that shit. They end up finding the treasure. You know what I'm saying? They come out at the end. They're all sitting out there at the beach or whatever. I think they found the treasure. I don't know if they got some of the jewels and whatnot, but yeah, they were good after the movie. So yeah, if you want to go and watch it, it's fucking gross. I mean, it's like no sexual scenes in it, but once you can decode the symbols, it's like gross. It's really hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? It was really hard. It was really hard to watch again in order for me to do it, because I really wanted to go down and like break down each scene, but I just gave you a couple of scenes. You know what I'm saying? That I remember that I just know off of just the memory. So now, right? Now all this shit that's going on today. Damn, motherfuckers keep calling me. I gotta wait, man. All this shit that's going on today with this sexual shit, right? Like with this shit on TV, how it all is, it's all up in your face. The metrosexual clothes being sold in the store and all this shit, right? This is just one thing that they did to our generation for us to accept all of this shit. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Now you accept your children being promiscuous at an early age, hypersexualized at an early age. You accept somebody molesting your child. You accept it. You might know that it's going on, but you know, you might not even do nothing about it. How many mothers is out there know that the boyfriend is might be fucking with the child and not doing nothing? Cause you watching, cause it's not entirely our fault, man. It's not entirely our fault, man. This is just one aspect of how they want you to accept this shit. And put the acceptance in your subconscious mind. So now you can fucking see some gay shit, you know, some going on, and you'll be okay with it. You've accepted it. You know what I mean? And the fucking agenda is being carried out very well. Very well. You know what I'm saying? A little bit too well. But yeah, it's important to go back. Like me and my friends were going back, we're watching Thundercats, G.I. Joe, all that old shit, yo. One really good movie though is Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy. That shit is fucking fire. Some of the movies are actually good, but yeah, Last Dragon, Bruce Leroy, that shit is fucking good. But not this shit though. This shit right here is on some straight pedophilia shit, man. So it's good to deprogram this shit out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Know what it's about. So, you know, when this shit comes on during the holidays, you ain't watching this shit with your kids. Fucking putting all this shit in their subconscious mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Word, man. So that's it. Steven Spielberg. And what the fuck is this nigga's name? Richard Donner. These motherfuckers is in some type of pedophile ring. and fucking Corey Feldman ended up coming out later and talking about how all this shit was going on. This is when the fucking shit was happening right here. I don't know if it was during the movie, before the movie, after. But there was some ritualistic shit going on right here, man. They eat the little Asian boy. You never even heard from him. You never even saw this motherfucker again. Is he even alive? The little Asian boy in the movie? Everybody else did a few other roles and shit, but not that little Asian boy. Alright, so take care. We're gonna upload this shit to YouTube. I think I'm gonna put it straight up, no edits. Alright? So we're gonna be coming out with more shit when I figure out shit to teach about or whatever. Or you know what I'm saying? I'll be putting it up. Alright? Sports Magic. Peace.